Welcome to Carrickfergus Vineyard, a place of hope where lives are changing. We're a church in the heart of Carrickfergus, passionate about seeing people's lives changed by the love of Jesus. The following message was given at one of our Sunday services.
Okay, let's dive in. Good to see the remnant. Is that right? We're the remnant, aren't we? The ones who are left behind? Yeah, okay, yeah. At least it's not the, what's the word called when Jesus comes? The rapture. At least it's not the rapture, yeah. I mean, we'd be really stuck then, wouldn't we? If we're the ones left behind then. But anyway, yeah, I'm heading down to join Chantel and the rest of our guys there shortly after this service. So it'll be good. It'll be a good time. Last week we concluded our teaching series, Living Well, and we had so much brilliant feedback. I'm joking. That we thought we'd just continue the series for one little time. So this is like the Encore. Okay, so I wonder if you could see the theme in these verses. They're singular verses taken from a number of the Psalms, and see what you think the theme is. Psalm 23, He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He refreshes my soul. Be still and know that I am God, from Psalm 46. Truly my soul finds rest in God. My salvation comes from Him. Truly He is my rock and my salvation. He is my fortress. I shall never be shaken. And in peace I will lie down and sleep. For you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety. Have you got it? It's a time of rest. It's a season of rest. And kind of as we come into this season, this Sunday and over the next number of Sundays, it's a period of rest. And I appreciate I am fully conditioned as a teacher, as a parent of children who've been at school for the last 22 years. Hope's just finished, that my kind of yearly rhythm is conditioned to school holidays and for this period that we have now of weeks, and really to say that our church kind of rhythm throughout the year falls under the same sort of thing. We follow pretty much the 3 terms, and we have the holidays at the end of each of the term as well. And that's kind of the rhythm of how things kind of go. And so I guess into that context, that's my context. I appreciate for all of us in the room, that's not you. If you're retired, if you work a different kind of job, but you don't necessarily fall into those categories. So I thought I would just explain my own context as I kind of share the following this morning. My intention is just simply to share a few things of what God does in us and through us during this season, the invitation that He has and gives and offers to us in this period, to understand our expectations as people who attend this church or are visiting or are guests of this church over the next number of weeks. But what I would say is this, and we've been pondering this, and as we were praying, a few of us this morning, that God often does His best through rest and in rejuvenation and recuperation. And as someone who's busy, active, productive, likes doing, doesn't like doing not a lot, I like to see results. I like to see the tree that I was cutting down the last couple of days. I can look back and go, man, did tree. And took things to dump. It's good, But actually, God does some really good stuff in the unseen. That's why we're meant to leave fields fallow if we're a farmer. When we're injured or we've maybe had a medical procedure or something, God does some things in the binding us together, making us well again. And it's those times in our lives that God actually does His best. He's working in our waiting, in the moments where we take stock and rest. And so just a few things. You'll have heard me maybe quote Rick Warren. He came up with this whizzy phrase, to divert daily, withdraw weekly, abandon annually. And it's a really good practice to take some time every day to stop, to pause, to be still, to recenter our scattered senses upon the presence of God, to pause, to give everyone and everything to Jesus on a daily basis. It's a really good practice. To withdraw weekly, to Sabbath, to have a day where we don't work or where we don't pay attention to the things that we normally do. And we can Sabbath social media on those days, and we can Sabbath doing the washing or the cooking or the ironing or whatever it might be, but to Sabbath and to rest weekly, and then to abandon annually, to take a time of rest. And it doesn't have to be in the summer, and I appreciate for many of us in the room, it's not necessarily during this period. For us and our family, it just so happens that that's been part of our rhythm. And so we look forward to this week abandoning ship and setting sail and going away. And for us, just briefly, I've been so grateful to the Lord that we are able to, financially able to, and time-wise to have special time with our family. And it has been some of the most incredible moments over the years. We love where we're able to go in Spain. Chantel loves to read books by the pool. No joke, she will easily read 10 to 15 books, no problem. I'll maybe read a couple, But I will read, and I do read, and I enjoy those moments. We go away, we do our own thing. We come together at mealtime. We spend just fun and laughter. We play board games. We go play tennis or whatever it might be. I usually do take, and I have a book, a specific spiritual book kind of lined up that I will deliberately read. I'm taking that with me, and that's intentional. I usually start off with really good intentions of running every day, and after about 3 days, I begin to sleep in the mornings, and I can't get up early enough to run. So that's that, and I usually start off with good intentions. Sometimes it lasts, sometimes it doesn't, of like a daily rhythm and practice of a spiritual practice of reading a certain book of the scriptures and praying. They're often an opportunity to share faith. Over the years, we've had the most incredible stories of we've met other holiday makers. We've shared our faith after about half an hour of encountering us and maybe having a beer or a glass of wine together. It comes down to the conversation of, what do you do for a living? And then we tell them what we do, and they're like, oh, right, okay, interesting conversation. Then that's been wonderful. It's an opportunity, if you're going away, it's to look up a local church and go to church. Go be a blessing to that church. Or sometimes we have done DIY church, which has been wonderful. Our friends, dear friends from Coleraine, Dave and Andrea Pavey, some of you will know who I'm talking about. He's usually the instigator of DIY church. We'll meet on the terrace. And he's been brilliant over the years. He would say to some of our kids, he'd say, would you choose the Bible verse? Whatever you think God's speaking to you, you choose the verse and you do the reading. And he'll say to another one of our kids, would you look up on YouTube one of your favorite worship songs? Would you get that on your phone and you can play that together? And Dave will usually do a thought or something, and he'll share some things, and then we'll share communion together. And we do that in the sun, and we've done that with our children. We've modeled that to them. And honestly, I can remember this time last year when we did that. There were 4 families. We gathered together like this. There's about 20 of us. And it was the most incredibly profound moment of encounter with God, and just really special with really good friends. And I'm just sharing that stuff with you because it's really important that we all get the opportunity, whatever part of whatever time of the year is some time of rest. And it will look different for all of us, for different ages, for what we choose to do, or whatever it is. But let's just use these opportunities as a big blowout and go and do whatever we want. It's like everything in life. Invite God into it. Invite him, ask him, inquire of him as to what it is that he would have of you. time of extended time away from work, gift of Sabbath. So that's that, gear change. So the remnant, those of you we leave behind. Hebrews 10, a lovely couple of verses. Let us consider how we may spur one another on towards good love and good deeds, not giving up to meeting together as some are in the habit of doing, but encouraging one another, and all the more as you see the day approaching. During this time, as people will come and go over the next 9 Sundays together, it's an easy out or a temptation to kind of just stop meeting or not bothering showing up as the regular rhythm on a Sundays. And I'd encourage you not to do it. I'd encourage you to continue to commit to one another and to be family together on the Sundays. Also, just to say that you should have received certainly last week and maybe this morning. If you didn't get one last week or this morning, there's a printed sheet of a number of events that are coming up over the course of the summer. And these are intentional. Thanks very much, Tom. Everyone's looking up the screen. That's great. And just a number of different events starting towards the end of July there and into August. These are deliberate for 2 reasons. One is we appreciate that not everybody heads away during the summer, and we wanted to put in some spaces there for different ones of us. Chantel will be running a 6-week kind of book club together as well during the holidays as well. So that's a regular rhythm that you can sign up to if you'd like to. But also these are not just for us inside the 4 walls. Some of these things are great. Again, encourage you to think about inviting others to some of those. So that would be fantastic. Also to say that the summer holiday is just a really great opportunity to be the church. We will rest up some of those that are involved on a regular basis, on a more regular basis, some of our life group leaders, some of those who are contributing regularly, maybe from the front. And just encourage you, just go for it. Make use of the better weather. Have time with one another over coffee. Go for a walk. Invite others round for a meal. Do whatever it was. I'm thinking of Philippa here, who quoted something that was said a number of weeks ago about you don't have to have the family. You don't have to have the house tip-top condition. Enjoy the chaos. Like, I honestly think, and I've said this before, and if I insult you, I'm sorry, but I think so many times we think that we have to have our house like tip-top condition, like absolutely perfect and everything neat and tidy and clean in order to invite someone round. And that's just a barrier. And that's stopping you from being hospitable. And so be spontaneous and invite whatever it's like. Enjoy the chaos. I mean, maybe put the dog's bowl away and clean the poo off the toilet. That probably is like a 101 would be good to do. But like if there's clothes out or there's washing on the line, whatever, and the dishes are not quite, do you know what I'm saying? It's like, come as you are. Don't have the barrier of it's got to be perfect to have someone round. And it doesn't have to be a 3-course dinner. Bacon rolls after church on a Sunday is one of the things that we practice. It's easy peasy. And so just do that. Do that with one another. Encourage you. Initiate, invite. Don't wait to be invited. Why don't you do that? So another change that we see, and that will be what I said there, will be those who get to substitute. We're watching the World Cup. Anyone watching the World Cup? Just a few of us. I'm tempted to say a few things. Stephen, sorry. They didn't progress this time round. Anything you want to say? Move on. Move on in what I'm saying, or move on? Yes, okay. There are still 32 other countries in it. Oh, no. Stick to the notes. Tempting to deviate. But over the next few Sundays, we're going to be teaching on heroes of the faith. We did this last summer, if you remember. I'll be taking a turn, and a number of folks from the church will be taking a turn talking specifically about heroes from the scriptures. And there will clearly be different ones to the ones we chose last summer, but just a great opportunity. And again, we're going to rest our incredible kids team during the summer. So July, there will not be any children's provision. There'll be toys at the back. There'll be packs for little ones with parents overseeing them. And then in August, the children will be in during the worship. And then after the worship, they'll be going into the different spaces, but led by different people. I, for one, really looking forward to leading Rockets. And I'll be looking for 1 or 2 helpers. If you'd like to volunteer and lead with me in August, I think it's maybe the 15th. I think I've put my name down for that. So please do that. Great opportunity for some substitutions during the holidays. And maybe, if you come on to the pitch and you make a great impression on the pitch on the Rockets team, maybe you could be on the team for the rest of the season. That would be absolutely tremendous. Another thing to look out for during the holidays is new people. Is keep your eye open for those who are not necessarily part of our church. Have we got that next image? Do we know this image? Those of you who've seen Cars? Yeah. These are 2 cars that left the freeway and they went to Radiator Springs on Route 66, is that right? And then all those who were left in Radiator Springs, they made a real fuss over those that were new to their town. And just to say that the summer is a time, like it's the transfer window. I'm being slightly facetious there, but sometimes if people are looking for another church, and that happens, and sometimes there's really good reasons why people do that. And sometimes there's some not so good reasons why people do that, but the summer just tends to be a natural time. And so, church, keep your eyes open. There's someone that you don't recognize. Say hello to them. Welcome them. Don't say, are you new here? Because you might find that they've been coming for the last 2 years. You just haven't said that. And then you've insulted them and you've offended them. So a better line is simply to say, I don't know that we've met. My name is such and such. Be careful that doesn't sound like a chat-up line. But you know what I mean. It's like, let's welcome and look out for those who may be dipping their toe in the water. The flip side of that is you may notice that there's some who are part of our church that you haven't seen for a few weeks. And maybe they're not on holiday, and maybe they've drifted, or maybe they're whatever. And again, be the church, be the family, lift the phone, send a text message, check in. Are you okay? Is everything okay with you? Let's do that together as family over the summer. 2 or 3 last things, and then we are landing. This is short and sweet this morning. Just to mention our teenagers. Some of our teenagers are away at Summer Madness as well, which is happening this weekend. And then in end of July, August, with 28 of our teenagers are going to be heading to Move, which is absolutely brilliant. Great opportunity. They will have an absolute ball, and God will honestly just move powerfully and transform their lives. It'd be incredible. Also to mention Lucas, he'll be heading to the CEF camp, as he has done for the last number of years in Kilkeel. Olivia and Chloe are heading to Cork with Exodus. Is that right? And then Sam is heading away somewhere else as well. Your dad's got no idea where you're going, by the way. I texted him about 3 weeks ago, and in true form, Ben's got no idea. I'm sure. Thank you, Caroline. I was fully assured you would know where he was going. His dad's got no idea. I mean, Ireland was a good guess. It was the right country. But we know you're going to Roscommon as well. So really exciting opportunity for you guys to go away. Am I missing anyone?
Emily's going to Romania with Exodus.
Brilliant. Your Emily's going to Romania. Brilliant. That's fantastic. Anyone else? Super duper. Okie dokie. Where are we at in my notes? To recap then. I wrote that. To recap then. Isn't that just ridiculous? And I've just read it out. Oh gosh. No, don't stick to the notes. Why did I write that? It's just dumb. The season we're entering in is, for many, it's a time of rest. It's a wonderful opportunity. People will come, people will go. Look out for each other, love each other, be the church. Do it, practice it. You're so good at doing it. Look out for those who are coming, looking our way, our direction. And like any footballer or you name a sport, the off season is a really important period within the life cycle of an athlete. It's a really important moment as they get ready for the next season. And the next season promises to be really exciting and really fruitful. We are we are looking for a new signing. We're delighted that many of you responded so wonderfully and faithfully to what the Lord is doing in your financial offering. Most recently, we are in the process of advertising, and I believe Brian shared with me, Brian and the board will be leading the recruitment there for a youth pastor, and some application packs have already been given out, and so we're hopeful that we'll have a new member of the team will be joining us, youth pastor, in kind of September or sometime during the autumn, and that will be absolutely fantastic to continue just to pour petrol on the fire of what God's doing amongst young people. And then also just to say in the autumn, we're really excited about our teaching series. We've 2 lined up. September, October, we want to do a teaching series all about the person of the Holy Spirit, and just to go deeper in our teaching on that. And then in November, we want to do a 5-week teaching course on Sundays all about freedom. And then our life groups will model that as well through September, through to Christmas. We want to really just go deeper in our relationship with Jesus and invite him, allow him to bring the freedom that he offers to us. So that's that. Bless you all. This is wonderful, isn't it? I feel like we should be serving ice creams afterwards. Tommy, can you nip down to Maud's and get a 20 litres of, I was going to say Pooh Bear. They might sue me. Purr Bear. It's Purr Bear now, isn't it? No, it's not. They couldn't call it Pooh. Yes. Can't get with the program. I know. It's Paw Bear. Or Purr. Thank you, Cecilia. Okie dokes. Can I do what? Just because Chantel's not here. Don't feel like you have to step in and...
Thanks for listening to the Carrickfergus Vineyard podcast. If you'd like to find out more about our church, please visit our website, carrickfergusvineyard.org.